For the next hour or so, I'm going to talk about sales. The most exciting thing you can think about. I got about 50 PowerPoint slides with 30 bullet points on each one. And I'm going to go, how many have ever been to a presentation like that? Okay, good. So I'm not going to do that. One thing that I've learned when it comes to selling, two people come together. And the reason I ask the questions is to ask some what? Get some what? Get some what? Because two people come together in a selling situation, person with highest energy usually wins. How many know what I'm talking about? Yes? How many of you have kids? If their energy is higher than yours, who wins? Am I right? If you don't have that experience, I'll loan you my 8-year-old and my 15-year-old. I mean, they'll wear you out. But the idea here is this, and Zach referred to it. He says, people get fired up, they get out there, they go out there to build the business, and they hit their first no, and what they lose is their what? Energy. So part of it is energy management, being able to maintain yours and others. How many people would like to know how to do that? Okay, good. So that's what we're going to do. It's the reason I ask questions. I'm going to be asking you to get involved to keep your energy going. Deal? Everybody willing to participate? Yes? All right, good. We'll see. We'll see. The other thing is this, is that, like I said, in tough economic times, the reason I like them is because the people that don't know how to run businesses get wiped out. I mean, not that I want them to get wiped out. My point is the people that know what they're doing do extremely well because there's more market share for them. Does that make sense? So when Zach is saying, he says, people sit around, they talk about their health, they talk about their hip, they talk about their last doctor visit. People talk about health, and they talk about money. Yes? And of course, being in the right place at the right time with the right products, now the only variable is to make sure, as he said, you have the right you there. Yes? How many have ever seen a great opportunity? How many people saw somebody else take advantage of it and you didn't? How many got a little upset about that? Okay, good. You should. I mean, Roger said it yesterday when you were talking about, I think it was your father that said, I could have bought that property at a certain amount. Don't ever let that happen to you. So what I'm going to tell you is this. This is a window. This is a what? Window. It's a window of opportunity where some people are going to get very, very wealthy. And I'm not just talking about financial wealth. I'm talking about emotional wealth, physical wealth, spiritual wealth. How many people would like some of that for yourself? Because at that point, where I learned what it took to really build a business. I knew how to sell. I mean, number one is you got to know. The number one skill is as I said, is you got to know how to what? Because sales equals income. Sales equals what? Income. Say it like you mean it. Sales equals what? Income. Sales equals income. Any business I've ever worked with that ever had a cash flow problem, profitability issues, market exposure issues, usually somewhere, someplace in the organization, in a key place, somebody doesn't like to or doesn't know how to what? Sell. And by the way, selling is not just selling a product. I mean, it's how many of you realize getting your bookkeeper, getting your accountant, getting your attorney to be on board with you, that also takes an enrolling process, yes? You see? So sales, how many of you know people that have great ideas but make no money with them? See, and my experience is, unfortunately, I read Small Business Administration said in April of 2008 that over 82%, what percent? 82% of most businesses would fail within 4 years. Now, that was before the credit crunch. And my experience is not so much they don't have a good product, they don't know how to what? Sell it. Number two is you also have to know how to build a great what? Team. And if you're going to build a team, you got to be able to recruit, and recruit is the same as what? Sell. Here's the problem, however. If I said to you, let's do a little free word association here for a second, okay? You know what that is? In other words, if I said the word Christmas, what words would you say? What else? Toys, happy, credit cards, whatever. Okay, whatever. All right. So, I'm going to give you a word. I just want you to shout out the words that immediately come to your brain when I say this word. Ready? Here it goes. Salesman. Did you hear what? Come on, you guys, say something. What came up? Yeah, yeah, because what I heard in the very beginning is pushy, sleazy, right? Some people say rich, that's good, second thought, but the problem is if you have this vision of a pushy, sleazy salesperson, you'll do everything to avoid it. And what's the easiest way to avoid that image? Yeah, don't sell. Convince yourself, I'm not a salesperson. I can't do this. I'm not into that. Everybody understand, yes? Hello? Okay, good. The third thing, as I learned also, is it's critical to know how to what? How to what? Teach. Not preach, teach. What's the word? Teach other people on your what? How to? Let me just say something about